Oba's heart pounded against his ribs like a trapped bird. The monstrous Shadow Panther of the Whispering Forest had him pinned. He looked up, begging for help from the two sons he had spent his entire life training to be warriors. But they weren't warriors. They were cowards. And as they ran for their lives, leaving their father to die, Oba realized his greatest mistake.
He had refused to train his daughters because they were girls. But the creatures stepping out of the shadows to save him were exactly that.
How did two girls, denied the right to hold a spear, become the only hope for a village of men? Grab your mat, sit close to the fire, and let me tell you the tale of Chief Oba and the Daughters of the Dust. Many seasons ago, in the prosperous village of Ogun's Ridge, lived Chief Oba. He was a great hunter, a fierce warrior, and a man blinded by his own pride. Oba had 4 children, 2 sons, Kale and Django, and 2 daughters, Amina and Zola. From the time the boys could walk, Oba taught them the art of the spear, the tracking of the beast, and the strike of the leopard. But when Amina and Zola asked to learn, Oba would laugh, a deep, booming laugh. A woman's hands are for grinding yams and weaving baskets, not for shedding blood, he would declare. The spear is for men. You are girls. Accept your fate. The boys grew arrogant, practicing only when their father was watching, caring more about showing off than actually learning. But the girls were watching too. They didn't need his permission to learn. They had eyes and they had hearts. Every night, when the village slept and the moon hung high like a silver shield, Amina and Zola would sneak into the forest. Using fallen branches as spears, they mimicked every move their father had taught their brothers. But they didn't just copy. Because they lacked the brute strength of men, they learned speed. They learned precision. They studied the wind, the tracks of the antelope, and the weak spots of the beasts. While their brothers grew lazy and boastful, the daughters became shadows, silent, deadly, and wise. Years passed. The sons were declared the greatest warriors in the village. The daughters were quietly married off to local farmers. Or so Chief Oba thought. He believed his legacy was secure. He had no idea that true strength doesn't roar. It waits. Until the night, the sky turned black and the earth shook. From the deepest, darkest part of the Whispering Forest came the Shadow Panther, a beast of myth with eyes like burning coals and fur made of midnight. It didn't just want meat. It wanted revenge on the village that had hunted its kind. The beast tore through the village, heading straight for Chief Oba. The great hunter raised his spear, but his hands shook. His age had caught up with him. With one swipe of its massive paw, the beast shattered Oba's spear and pinned him to the dirt.
"Son!" Oba screamed, looking at his sons. But Kale and Django, the great warriors, dropped their weapons and ran. They had never learned courage. They had only learned how to show off.
The beast opened its jaws to claim the chief's life. But suddenly, a spear made of ironwood, tipped with glowing flint, struck the beast squarely in the shoulder. The beast roared in pain and turned. Standing between the monster and their father were Amina and Zola. They didn't fight with brute strength. They fought with the wisdom of the moonlight. Amina moved like the wind, dodging the beast's claws, while Zola struck with the precision of a striking viper. They used the very techniques their father had hidden from them, perfected by years of secret, passionate practice. With a final synchronized strike, they drove the beast into the earth, binding it with vines of the baobab tree until it submitted. The village was saved, not by the boastful sons, but by the discarded daughters. Chief Oba wept. He bowed his head to the dirt at the feet of his daughters. He realized that by denying them the spear, he hadn't protected them. He had only robbed himself of their greatness. From that day on, in Ogun's Ridge, the spear was given to whoever had the heart to hold it, regardless of whether they wore a skirt or a loincloth. For wisdom knows no gender, and courage does not check your birth before it enters your heart. If this tale reminded you that true power comes from the heart, hit that like button. What folktale should we tell next? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more stories from the roots of the baobab tree. And remember, never judge a warrior by their cover. Until next time,